In this Global Hangout tutorial, we're going to teach you some basic concepts of branding. Every successful salesperson or business owner knows that in order to succeed, you have to figure out a way to stand out. If you ever find yourself as just one of the many in a very competitive field, you really leave yourself with no way to get your messaging out there. Branding is the main tool that people use to tell the world, hey, I'm right here. With a well-thought-out branding campaign, you can literally call attention to yourself amongst a very competitive field and tell the world, look at me, I've got something you're interested in. This concept of branding holds just as true in the digital world and the world of social media as it does in traditional business. For example, let's look at this batch of Twitter feeds. This is probably the most common Twitter feed that people use. They spend a little bit of time and just put in their own thumbnail and maybe a description of their business and a reference to their website. But clearly, amongst these Twitter feeds, one of them stands out head and shoulders above the rest, the Coca-Cola one. All it took was a little splash of color and a little bit of effort to make this Twitter feed stand up and say, hey, look at me. You're interested in what I've got to say. So with this example in mind, let's go to twitter.com, log into your Twitter account, and then I'm going to walk you through several ways that you can dress up your Twitter account and make the world take notice. So here we are at the Global Hangout Twitter feed at our Hub Lounge. You'll see here at the top we have the Me tab selected, and we're going to do some basic editing to dress this up just a little bit. So first we'll scroll over to the top here and look for the Edit button that'll be highlighted and click it. Now the most basic things we can do is change the photo and then the background of that field. So here I'm clicking Change Photo, Upload One. Now I have a little file prepared where I've got some graphics. There's one I like, and so I can use the slider to scale it, put it where I want it. When I'm ready, I simply click Apply. Alright, now I've got the thumbnail done, which is what we saw everybody on that one page earlier do. Now we're going to change the header. This is that dark field that most everybody had the same except Coca-Cola. You see, I can upload a photograph or a background. Here I prepared just a little profile background JPEG. You'll see it fits nicely, so I'll click Apply. And that was very simple. You can go in here now and make sure that you've got the name how you want it. You can tell people where you're from if you wish. You can put in a URL to your corporate website, and then a little bit of a bio, or just tell somebody about who you are, and then when you're ready, click Save Changes. And that's it. Now, we've already done more than most people on Twitter ever do. Now, you'll see if we click View My Profile Page. Now, look at the difference. We've got a background image. We've got a little bit of graphics in the thumbnail there. Now, a lot of people, if you're an individual, you'll put a photograph of yourself like you did on your Google Plus account. So that is some simple branding on your profile page. Now we're going to go up to this gear and click it so that we can make adjustments to our actual Twitter page. We're going to click Settings. That brings us to this page. Now on the left you're going to see we can get to the profile page settings right there, that's where we were, or the design settings for the actual Twitter page itself. So we click that and it brings up all of these nice templates. You see if you click on any one of these templates, it changes the background of your Twitter page. Here's a couple of examples. And this is what a lot of people do as well, but it turns out so many do that this becomes rather mundane as well. If we scroll down, you'll see some other adjustments you can make. If you click on this bar, it will bring up a palette. You can choose the background color that will surround the image that you have chosen. You'll see there's fuchsia. Here's the link color. These are all the hot links embedded within your Twitter page. This will change the color of those, like the retweet button, for example. So here's an orange one I picked. And then, of course, you have the option to click a black or a white overlay. Look just to the left of this menu. See that dark screen? Click it white and it's light. Just two different looks depending if you're going the light and airy feel or kind of the more dark and dramatic feel. Okay, after you click Save Changes, we find that sometimes it takes a minute or two for these things to take hold. So you can come up here to the Home button and click it, and that returns you to your main feed page. We find that after waiting a little while, if you click on any link, that will kind of force the refreshing of your page, and now you'll see that the new template for your branding has taken place. Here's your hot pink border. There's your template for your background. There's the orange links that you chose earlier. So congratulations, you've just done more branding on your Twitter account than the vast majority of people will ever do. And that was good, but we can do better. Let me show you a really exciting, simple way within Twitter that you can do more extensive branding and personalization. If we go back up here to the gear, hit the drop-down menu and click Settings one more time, We're going back just like we did the first time to the Design tab on the left. Click it. Here are the templates that we've already been through and sampled. Right below the templates there's a blue link that says check out Themelian, as in themes, lots of themes. If you click it, it takes you to an app within Twitter. It gives you tons of opportunities. Now first you have to log in or sign in to this app by clicking the blue sign in button. Now you have to authorize the use of this app. It confirms that it's free of charge and they won't email to you or sell your name to lists. And that brings you to the application. Now if you look below you'll actually see your Twitter page. On the right here you'll see a selection of color palettes. These are groups of colors that you can incorporate with one keystroke. You can see the top palettes and the newest in the collection. So you can peruse there. Up on the top you'll see themes, and on the left just new and a myriad of backgrounds. You can click through those, find one you like. And then what's really fun is once you find the background that you like, you can apply themes to it, color themes to that very background. So you've got infinite combinations of colors and patterns and background themes that will work. Once you find a color palette over here on the right that you like, you click this little button to send it over to apply it, in other words, to the backgrounds. You see how that orange color theme was just applied to that background. It's kind of fun to play with, and there are infinite numbers of choices. So as you play around with Themelian, you'll see that there'll be chances to edit the text and import pictures and all kinds of other things, and it's totally free. And it's already within Twitter. There are also websites on the internet like this one, freetwitterdesigner.com, that will guide you through the process of creating or branding yourself with a Twitter page. You'll upload custom content, choose borders, colors, etc., and it will create for you a JPEG, and then it'll show you how to upload that to your Twitter account to really customize it. These are really very good. In fact, they're better than anything that's native within the Twitter application itself. But they're still not quite the best. Let's talk about the best thing you can do for branding. Obviously, the best thing you can do is hire one of these. A team of marketers, people that can come up with creative copy, text, themes, graphics, images, and logos for you. But the reality is that's just not in the budget of most people. The other reality is a lot of people already have their logos and their themes and their fonts and all these things already figured out. They just need to lay them out and upload them into their Twitter accounts, their Facebook accounts, etc. So for those people, we have two suggestions. The first is that you simply do it yourself. If you're familiar with photo editing software like Photoshop, you can go online and find out the dimensions of a Twitter page and then create what you need yourself. This is what I did this week. I found a graphic that I liked, this metal plate. I overlaid it with a color gradient and I prepared it to receive images. Then I created a couple of graphics in Photoshop. Now, I'm no graphic artist, but these are terms that we've been using a lot, and I thought I could make them look at least presentable for this demonstration. And then I copied those graphics onto that background that I prepared, and then saved the whole thing as a JPEG so I could upload it to the Global Hangout Twitter account. Now, by doing it this way, I know that I've got original graphics, I've got an original background that nobody else in the Twitterverse is possibly using, and so I know that this will end up being a unique branding exercise. And then after that's been uploaded to Twitter, you can see that we now have a very unique branded Twitter page. Now, we recognize that not everyone has the expertise or the software or the time or the inclination to do it yourself like this, and yet you want your own customized or branded Twitter page. For you, we have the second option, and that is to introduce you to a service called Fiverr. You can kind of think of Fiverr as the dollar store of the internet, except it's not a dollar, it's a $5 service. And essentially what it is a collection of designers, graphic artists, technology gurus that have figured out how to do some really cool things and are making their services available to you for just a $5 PayPal purchase. So what you do is you go up to the search field here in the top right corner and type in the type of service you're looking to acquire. So for example, here's a search result for a logo design. Let's say you just got your new domain and you want to start branding yourself. So you'll do this search, you'll click on a link, you'll pay $5 through PayPal. That designer will send you an email requesting some information. You'll supply it if you have it or tell them what you don't. And then within a day or so, you'll get back by email a finished brand new logo of your own. Okay, so now this time I did a Twitter page design search and I got this. A couple of days ago, I clicked on one of these links. I paid the $5 through PayPal. I did receive an email from the designer who asked me for some information. I sent them a logo and an idea. The very next day, I received from him a JPEG emailed to me that I could upload to my Twitter account. And when I load that JPEG up to Twitter, this is what our account looks like now. custom, branded, and only $5. And the last thing I want to cover in this tutorial is this. Now that you have your domain name, your customized, branded Twitter page, if you'll go back to Fiverr and type in the search field Twitter followers, you're going to find all kinds of offers to bring more followers to your account. Really, in sales and in branding, it's about more looks at what you're doing. For really just starting at $5, you've essentially got a graphic artist, web designer / technology guru in your corner anytime you want. So have fun with these technologies, brand yourself, and tell the world I'm right here.